Hi, I'm Bill.
I'm Lori.
And if this is the first time dropping into our channel, welcome. This is another in our series of what appliances can we use to cook with when we go camping. As you probably know, our 2021 Winnebago Solis 59 PX hardtop does not have an inverter. So we cannot power anything electronic unless we're in an RV park connected to shore power or we're running our generator. So what we have here is we have a Jackery Explorer 1000. It's a 1002 watt power station. And then Lori has a 700 watt Instapot, 3 quarts. And being that it's 700 watts, the expectation is in 1 hour it will consume 700 watts of the 1002 watts available in the Jackery Explorer 1000. And so I think if we look at the Jackery website, it says we could probably run this for 85 minutes before depleting the Jackery. So we're not quite sure how long this recipe is going to take, but Lori, why don't you get started?
Okay, so I'm going to turn it on.
Okay,
all right,
yeah.
because we need to preheat. Yeah. And I'm going to put it on saute mode. Okay. And we're going to let it heat. And so tonight we are making some short ribs. And that's one of the big tests of a Jackery. I mean, really would push it to its limits. So this is a 4 pieces of short ribs. I'm not really sure what the weight is. And so we're going to saute and just brown them. And I guess we should have turned it on ahead of time, but how much is that drawing, Bill?
Okay, currently it's drawn 626 watts, so
close.
I didn't factor in the warm-up time before you could actually start to saute. So this is why we do these tests, so we can understand what can we do with a 1,002 watt hour Jackery power station.
So what have we made? We've made oatmeal.
Oatmeal, rice. You made a nice chicken and rice dish. I think that was using a 300 watt rice cooker, so that worked out very well. And so this is a lot larger consumer of power, so of all the appliances that we've used so far. So
yeah, so we're gonna just wait. I mean, I don't even feel the heat yet, but I've already seasoned my meat, and hopefully it'll develop a nice crust. I just use salt and pepper, and we're gonna cook the short ribs with some tomato paste. And then I forgot all my herbs at home, but I did make some pizza sauce which contained oregano, so I'm gonna add a little bit of that for flavor.
Not only did you forget your herbs, you forgot your stock.
My stock. So instead of any stock to add, we're gonna just use water.
Yeah. And that sometimes happens, and we could have went to the market. We're in Pismo Beach at the North campground at Pismo State Beach along the coast of California today, and we happen to be celebrating 1 year of ownership with our Solis. So we'll also be putting together a anniversary video and showing images of some of the places we've traveled with it. We've been very happy with our Winnebago Solis 59 PX hardtop. And the reason we call it a hardtop is because the original Winnebago Solis had a tent camper on top. And it just so happened when we went to look for our camper van, due to supply constraints, there started putting these out without the camper top, and for us, just 2 people, it's a really good version to have. If you got children, of course, you probably might want the pop top.
Right. Although some people have put a bed underneath the Murphy bed.
Yep.
And
okay, so 636 watts. So we're expecting it to vary based upon where the Instapot is in its cooking cycle. And when we started, we were at 97%. I was out here charging it up using our solar panels. We can hook 2 solar panels up to our Jackery Explorer 1000. We use the Balder 120 watt portable solar panels, and Jackery provides a connector called a Solar Sage that lets us put both solar panels and connect it into the Jackery. Oh, I hear sizzle.
Right. Well, I'm making it, I mean, you don't really need to brown your short ribs, but I think it gives it a lot more flavor and some color to the meat, so that's more familiar. I mean, I've made things in a, like beef stew in a slow cooker, and the meat turns out gray. So I'm going to mimic as much as possible what I would do at home. So I already have all my, you know, aromatics, garlic, onions, celery, already chopped up and ready to go.
And still bouncing around 638, 629, so that's good. We're not quite at the full 700 watts yet. So, and I'm hoping that this camera over here is showing some of the, I don't know what it is, smoke?
Steam.
Steam. So, yeah, we'd really like to be able to use this when we travel. Because we have the two portable solar panels, we could basically recharge this power station from pretty close to zero in about an 8-hour day if it's a sunny day outside. Now, generally you like to not deplete your power station below 20%. The concept of what they call depth of discharge, you should limit that to 80% of full. So that takes you down into 20% range, but it won't hurt your power station per se. You probably just don't want to do it all the time. So. Now I'm going to do a little cleanup here.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to take this handheld here and let's see if we can show what's going on in here. Boy, those are browning up nice, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very conscious, aware of we have a time limit, so I may not brown these as much as I usually would. Give it some color.
Oh, and let me show the front.
So I have it on saute mode now, which is just heating. So this I borrowed from a friend, so I think it's very similar. I have a 6 quart at home, which makes a lot more short ribs.
Yeah, and we would not be able to power it with this power station because it's right at 1,000 watts. And now, generally when you have an appliance, sometimes you get a surge when it turns on, but this can handle some surge above 1,000 watts. But for 2 people, this 3 quart I think is going to work just fine. And when Lori gets everything in there and then it's just time for the Instapot to cook, you know, what we're going to do is just let it cook, and then we'll come back when it's close to do the reveal and turn the cameras back on, and then we'll take it from there.
Oh, we should. Do you have your timer going so we could kind of approximate how much time it is?
No, I don't, but it's 5:44 right now.
And what time did we start? About 5:30?
Probably around 5:30, yeah.
Well, it's starting to smell good.
Smells great. Smells great.
Usually I make pretty simple meals or pre-cooked meals when we go camping. So this would be the first meal that we've made from scratch that has this level of complexity.
Now, fortunately, we did not forget the wine. And that's an important ingredient in Lori's short rib recipe. So now it's kind of hard giving up a half a cup, because that's a half a cup less for us tonight. But we'll survive, I think. That's looking good. So how long are you going to go there?
Well, the two recipes that I looked at that are making like 6 to 8 pieces, or serving enough for 6 to 8 people. They said to cook it for 45 minutes. So I'm assuming these also would take 45 minutes to tenderize. And then to accompany this dish, I've made some mashed potatoes at home, but I'm going to reheat in another little appliance that really works so nicely for reheating, called the Sabot Heat.
And so we've gone from about 97% down to 92%, and that's what's happening in the pot. Now, I don't know if you said, but you trimmed a lot of the fat off,
I
right?
did,
Yeah.
and I already seasoned it with salt and pepper. But I need to get more salt and pepper, which I left inside.
Oh, salt and pepper?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, that's to put on the vegetables on it.
What are you going to do?
That's for the vegetables.
Oh, so we don't need it right now?
No, I already seasoned the meat. So.
Okay. So if you ever get an opportunity to be in this area, the North Beach Campground is a really nice campground. It has flush toilets, it's got showers. Of course, with our Solis, we have, bathroom and we have shower and everything. But the other thing is it's walking distance to little shops with candy and ice cream.
Pizza, ice cream.
And
Also,
clam chowder.
clam chowder, lunch,
Yep.
burgers. There's some permanent Airstream campers that were then turned into little kitchens, so you can get hamburgers out on the pier.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Really nice bike paths.
oh yeah, the bike infrastructure is very good. And there's even some pickleball courts in one of the rec center areas in a town over not too far from here.
There's a hot springs, a natural hot spring.
So how much longer are you going to saute these?
Well, I want to get these a little brown.
Okay. So as you can see, Lori's not really cheating. She's going to do it as if she was home on her stove. Now,
It's probably driving Bill crazy because it's taking too long.
well, I mean, it takes as long as it takes, but
Well, it's not too bad.
oh, I threw away that tinfoil.
That's okay. I'm using the tops of
Okay,
the...
using those? Okay, so we're going to take those out, huh?
Yeah, let me see. Oh, this side, I forgot to do this side.
Okay, now you're driving me crazy.
There's a nice color. So I can start sauteing the vegetables. So I just have onions and celery. I was looking for some carrots, but I couldn't find any today at the market.
Okay, let's cover. Can I put one of these over?
Yeah.
I chuckle whenever I see the salt in Lori's hands.
Season as we go. That's my philosophy.
And what's that?
Garlic.
Oh.
A little piece of big celery. Oh, here.
Yeah. I can take those away, right?
Yeah. So I like to give my tomato paste a little browning. Oh, you took my.
Took what?
I was going to put my spoon on that.
There's your rest.
Oh, an extra piece of garlic.
You just put on your silicone rest.
I thought I had 2 pieces.
Are you going to take those other pieces of meat out or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. And you're going to have to slide them over before you put the other. Okay.
Oh, it turned off, that's why.
Okay, now the wine.
Well, I guess I'll just let it go with it.
HOE? Hot? Oh, it says hot. It says hot. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hot. Okay.
Well, I kept pushing the button. I think it turned off because it was set at 30 minutes.
Oh,
So.
okay.
And I'm just gonna put some wine in. And then for my herb flavor, I'm gonna have to just add some pizza sauce.
If you're a subscriber to our 12th Avenue Cuisine channel, you know we have plenty of pizza sauce around the house all the time. So we made a pizza last night. Turned out great. And we're going to make a breakfast pizza tomorrow morning, I think. So
It says hot, huh?
it says hot. So what happens now?
Well, it doesn't seem like it's very hot.
Well, what's the next step now?
Oh, then I put the meat back in.
Okay, let's do that. top on?
No, I have to put my water.
Okay. Okay, let me take a shot of what that looks like.
Ooh.
All right, so now we're going to cover it up and let it cook.
Oh yeah, well, now we're going to put the pressure cooker part on.
Okay, here you go. Have at it.
Okay. Oh.
We've got some things. Okay.
I could put it on ceiling.
Yeah. It's not drawing much of anything right now.
Oh,
there we
pressure
go.
cook.
639.
Oh. It only goes to 30 minutes.
Okay, set it for 30 minutes.
Oh, let's see.
It's not drawing anything now, so it must not be on.
Okay.
Says on.
Yeah.
And it's drawing. Okay, so we've used about 12%. We're down to 85%. We started at around 97, 98. So just in the initial prep. And now we're going to let this run, what, for 30 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be back and wrap it up from there. Okay,
I guess it only goes to 30 minutes on this one.
Okay, Lori?
Okay.
All right, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. So it's time to show what we were able to accomplish and give you some of the numbers as far as power consumption. And you might also see here that we have our Sabot Heat. It is a basically a warming plate inside. We are warming up some mashed potatoes, so that puts some additional draw on the Jackery as well. So what was the cook time?
The 45-minute cook time.
Okay.
That includes does not include the time that I used to saute.
Okay.
Okay, and then I waited 18 minutes afterwards, and for the steam to decompress, so that we could open the lid.
And what we found out, again, this was a loaner from our friend JC, so it's the first time we used it, and you might have seen Lori trying to figure things out. Well, you can only set a 30-minute timer, it appears, on that, and then you have to let that complete and then bump some more time on.
Right.
So that was
an unknown.
An unknown, but we handled it. Okay, now let's just take a look at power consumption. So we started around 97. We have 62% left, and we've been running the Sabot Heat. It draws about 86 watts. So it's been running for just 25 minutes maybe. It's still not done. The potatoes are not totally done there yet.
Oh, they're just being reheated. We're not cooking them from scratch.
Yeah, so let's just kind of show. This is a nice little device that we really enjoy taking with us. We kind of think of it as our mini microwave. And so what we have here is we have some mashed potatoes in there, and then what we have, this is a hot plate basically, and we have the potatoes in a glass bowl. And we'll do another video on the Sabot Heat, but so let's do the reveal. What do we have?
We have our shirt ribs.
Okay, there you go. Now, Lori about 7 minutes ago added some thickener, right?
Right.
And so do we want to bring one of the short ribs up?
Whoop. I thought maybe you want to serve it with some mashed potatoes.
No, the mashed potatoes are not done. So what we're going to do is just kind of show you the... And...
I'll put 2 pieces.
Okay.
And they were bone-in short ribs.
And so why don't you take a knife and a fork and see how tender it is?
And the gravy tastes really good. So it's still very tender. Pretty much falling off the bone.
Okay, why don't you taste that piece?
Okay. Really good.
Okay, why don't you cut a piece for me? And again, that's I'm going to put the camera down.
Okay. I think if you just took the mashed potatoes and put some hot gravy on it, it would taste very good.
That'd probably work as well. So what we demonstrated here is clearly this 3-quart Instapot. It says it draws 700 watts. We never saw it draw more than
670 or so, like
no,
that.
630.
Oh, 630?
6 watts. So clearly you can do short ribs.
And so most of the power was generated during sauteing and coming up to pressure. Once the Instapot reached pressure, the consumption dropped all the way to like 2%.
Very good point. It seemed to cycle through once it was up to pressure. Every once in a while it would jump up to 636 watts and then it'd drop down to 2 watts. And it'd sit there for a while and then jump up again. So clearly, with 62% left on this 1,002 watt hours Jackery Explorer 1000, totally safe to take your 3-quart Instant Pot and use it for an hour or so, or maybe even longer. We don't know how.
Well, I have a 6-quart at home, and I think that is gonna. We're gonna try, see what we can do with it.
That's gonna be our next one. All right, so we're gonna wait for the potatoes to get a little warm, and then Lori and I are gonna plate up. We're gonna go inside where it's a little bit warmer. But hopefully this has been helpful. Clearly, we give this recommend a 3-quart Instapot with a Jackery Explorer 1000. Doing something like short ribs, no problem.
No problem.
And plenty of power left over to do something else if you need it. So, all right, anything else you want to say?
Well, one thing with the Sabot Heat is we usually use a small aluminum pan. I used a glass dish, and I think that was a little bit slower warming up.
Yeah, this Sabot Heat was provided to us by a company that kind of makes clothes that are battery powered and keeps you warm and stuff like that. And we've tried it out for several things, and we're really getting to the point where we can recommend it. So we'll put a separate video together on the Sabot Heat and show you some of the ways we've used it in the past, and including the way we were using it here. And we think it's nice to have when we travel for warming things up. And so we'll do more on that. But other than that, anything else we want to say?
No, I'm really pleased how well this dinner turned out.
Yeah, and JC, thank you for the loan. And, we'll work to get this back to you. But we really appreciate that as well. Okay, so if you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up as always.
Like, share, and subscribe.
And we want to thank our viewers for dropping into the channel, and in particular our subscribers as well. And
don't forget about affiliate links.
Oh yeah, and some things, we have some affiliate links like the silicone
and we'll have the
utensil
Sabot
rest.
Heat.
The Sabot Heat will be there.
The Jackery
will be there.
The Instapot 3-quart.
It may be there.
Oh, maybe there.
If we find a link for it. But always check out our video descriptions. There's things that we use there. They'll take you to Amazon, and if you wind up purchasing something, we get a few pennies credit towards affiliate marketing costs. But all right, well, thanks again for dropping into the channel. Other than that, any last words?
No. See you next time.
Okay, see you next time. And Lori, thank you for making such a delicious meal.
Oh, you're welcome.
I eat well when I'm with Lori. So, all right. What do we say? Till next time.
Till next time.
All right, thank you.